Hi, my boys.
Sylvia said,
This is a one of the psychics that I think your dad probably remembers, if anything, because him and Rick would make fun of the show, Montel Williams show, and Sylvia Brown was on a Montel Williams show, and Rick and Lauren Tapia, Rick Tapia and Lauren Tapia brothers, and that was their show to watch, I guess. On one of the shows, they're familiar with Sylvia Brown because she was a psychic.
Sylvia discovered this new
And
ability when she was 8 years old and meeting Francine for the first time. Sylvia said,
I'm watching this, listening to it.
playing with the flashlight when suddenly I saw this Indian woman. She
but
was standing right in the middle of Sylvia's
it's funny
bedroom.
because she's not the
I can't
one
remember when I didn't hear
that gave
messages
me the
others
rose.
couldn't. They were always far off in the
John
background,
Edwards is the one that
almost like a soft
I
whisper
don't think
that
he
could
gave
be
me the
ignored.
rose. I think it was
Francine was something else entirely.
the spirit team
Don't
that
be
was
afraid,
responsible
Sylvia.
for that.
I come from God, she said.
And how
That's when
that
Sylvia
came to
jumped out
me.
of bed, out of her room,
It
and
was in high
straight to her
school. I was
grandmother.
minding my own fucking business.
Luckily, Grandma Ada had been staying with
I
them,
had
exactly what Sylvia was talking about.
elective class,
She explained to
so
her
I was
terrified
a
granddaughter
teacher's
that the woman in
aide.
her room
I
was
helped
nothing
out
to be afraid of. It was her spirit
in
guide.
shipping and receiving,
Sylvia didn't know it at the time, but her
and
relationship
my
with her
job
spirit
was
guide
to organize the
Francine
books, clean the
would become
books,
the most steadfast
and put
relationship of her
barcodes on
life.
them. And
Her constant companion.
if
Although
anything
their
was shipped to
relationship,
classes,
especially at
I
the
would,
beginning,
or
wasn't without its difficulties,
like let's say the
especially
teachers
with
ordered
Sylvia being so young. Francine would even become a feature
items
in the
like for their
family.
classrooms,
In this
papers,
weird way,
pencils,
she kind of fit into Sylvia's
ink,
world. Religion
and
had
even
nothing included.
ASB. They would order
After all,
paper,
the
so
nuns
my job is to
constantly spoke
deliver
about
those
guardian
items
angels
that
and
the
messages
teachers
from
ordered.
God. Sylvia described Francine
And
as
at the
a
time, it was
South
new
American
barcodes.
Indian who was
We had to
about
put
30
all
years old.
barcodes on
She never
books.
aged.
It was a new
She was
thing to
5'6",
scan it. So
slender,
then
with long
it'd be
black
easier
hair and
instead of
round almond-shaped eyes.
the old. It was a new
Francine
process
was
that they were
born in
going
Northern
through.
Colombia in
So
the year
anyways, I had free
1900.
time, and they had a
At the age
TV
of
in there,
16, she was betrothed
and I was
to
allowed to
silver
watch
sheet metalworker.
TV, because all my
Francine was 18,
all
the two
my stuff was
married, and
done,
within a
so
year
I
welcomed a
could
baby
watch
girl.
TV or do homework or whatever
One
I
day,
wanted to
she
do.
was at the
So
market
I
with
had
her
TV
baby
time.
when the Spaniards invaded her city.
And I
Francine, along
remember, I
with
think
hundreds of others,
it was
killed
more than a
that
couple
day.
times that I always watched that
That
show.
life was Francine's one and only life on Earth.
Even if I wasn't
Never
at school,
wanting
I'd
to
be
return
watching
to
it at
Earth
home
as
anyways.
immortal
So
again.
it was just
She
fun
still
that I was
wanted
at
to help
school and I got
others, but
to
in a different way.
do
That's
the
when she
whole like
became
medium
spirit guide.
stuff and psychic
From
abilities that I was
1520
doing.
until Sylvia was born in
But after that,
1936, Francine trained as a spirit
John
guide.
Edwards, after that
What
Rose
exactly does a
incident,
spirit guide do?
that's when
Their
I
purpose
got
is
a
to
lot
encourage,
of
suggest, nudge, and support the person they're guiding through life.
things that came
And they
to
say
me
we
that I
all
didn't
have a spirit
understand at the
guide.
time.
For many of us, they show
Like for
up as
instance,
boys from
Hercules
legends.
came
Spirit
up.
guides can
Apollo
also
was up all
communicate
the
with us
time
through
on my
dreams,
ass.
while others have a
Hermes.
more direct
Um,
relationship with their guides.
and now
I'm
I
curious,
understand why they
can you
came to
tell
me
if
at that
you have a
time.
spirit guide?
Um,
And if so,
but I
how
can't
do you
wrap my head
locate
around it.
yours? Sylvia has said, I believe that what I receive
Um,
comes from God. Francine comes through when I'm in a trance state and tells people about their soul work.
It's
What their
hard
mission in life is, their themes
because
and patterns. How does she
you
do it?
won't know
I
until
don't
you're on the
know.
other
I really
side
don't.
fully.
I just open myself up when it
But
comes.
I've been
I
chasing
don't analyze it.
this
Not only did
this
Sylvia
God and
connect with her
Jesus
spirit
thing
guide
for
Francine
as
at
long
the
as
age
you
of
can,
8,
as long as I can
she
remember
also
my
did
voice.
her
So
first psychic reading at that
I
age
still
too.
don't believe in
It
God.
was
I
her
still
friend
don't believe
Mary.
Jesus
In
was
fact, Mary was
this
the first
king.
person
Like
who
this
deliberately
whole.
sought out information from Sylvia.
What about the other saints?
When
What about the
Mary had
other
asked, how to go
warriors?
about
What about the
dealing
other?
with her
Like he's
mother,
not for
it's like
us.
a flood of information downloaded
So
into
when
Sylvia's brain.
there's
Let's
misunderstanding,
just
like you
say
have to go to the
Mary stopped
source. So
working where
I'm
she
going
bargained
to my
for.
source.
And
I'm
while she
going.
didn't get her initial
It's
question
only a matter of
answered,
time.
Sylvia told her that her mother would fall and break her arm, and that her father would lose his job.
Sylvia Brown came to me, was always there. She gave me books. Like I go my
especially as Sylvia tried to focus on having as normal
it's
a life
difficult.
as possible. It was almost like she had the door closed on her abilities. At At the age of 16, Sylvia would
what my
marry her high
ancestors
school
told me
boyfriend,
is that
Joe Shearhart. And while she truly cared
in
for
death
Joe,
I will be
their
free.
marriage
And
was more
in
so
my
fueled
freedom,
by a decision
United
that
States
Sylvia
took that
didn't
away
want to
for a lot
make.
of people.
You
And
see,
no
Bill and
more.
Celeste were going
I will
through
be
a
free in my
particularly
death,
difficult time in their
my
marriage.
offsprings.
Bill had a mistress he
I
was
will not be
especially
with
fond
God.
of,
I will not be
didn't
with
want to let her go.
Jesus. I will be
Divorce
with the
was on the table,
ancestors, my
leaving
dad,
Sylvia with a week
my
to
baby
decide which
Joseph,
parent she was going to
brother.
live with.
I will be
But even though Sylvia wasn't nearly as close with her mother as she was her
returning
father,
to
saying that her mother was mean,
the
detached, and
universe.
abusive to her,
It's
was
my
still a
time.
decision Sylvia didn't want to make. Getting married would mean that she wouldn't have to decide.
I will be free. I
One
feel
evening,
it.
she
It's
altered her
coming.
birth
It's soon.
certificate so that her
I will be
age read
happy.
18. And the next day after school, the
My
two of them
job
crossed
here
state
is
lines
done
and got
then,
married by
because
the
I
justice
can't
of
be with you
peace.
boys. I'm
Sylvia
celebrating
immediately
that.
felt regret once the ceremony was over, and her parents were
Um,
furious.
and
Her father had the marriage
Sylvia,
annulled, and
even
Sylvia
though
and
she's
Joe
dead
were
and she had
forbidden
her
from
own
seeing each other
beliefs,
again. A few months later, another Joe would
she
come
still
along
has
and
payback.
Sylvia's
I'm
affection.
still getting
His
justice. I
name
want
was
justice
Joe
for her
Bean,
too, because the way
and
she
he
was
was a few
getting
years older than
mistreated.
Sylvia.
A lot of these
In fact,
psychics,
he had already
they
graduated
were,
college and had a good job with a trucking
they
company.
had curses on them.
Joe was ready to settle down.
They
Buying a
had
farm and
spells,
6
witchcraft
kids.
on them,
The only
Freemasons,
thing
Illuminati.
missing
They were
was
stopping
life.
people like that.
Sylvia wasn't sure what to do.
The
Should
Pope.
she commit herself to someone again at such a young
So
age?
I'm aware of the
Or should
prophecy,
she get
stuff
out
like
and
that. So,
experience things? At the age of 18, Sylvia would suffer tragic
in
loss
Westminster
when her
High School,
beloved
like,
grandmother Ada passed away from a heart condition in July of 1954.
I'm just picking back
I
off that
can't
Project
imagine how
Rose
painful
because
this must
of
have
what
been
I
for
was
Sylvia.
given in high
Her
school, that
grandmother
rose.
truly
And that
was
rose
the
was
one
a symbol
person
of
who understood her best. This is when
loyalty,
Sylvia
honesty,
really delved
trust,
deep into her schooling.
love,
I think it was a
symbol
way
of
to keep
strength,
her mind busy, and on the
spirituality
death
of
of her
all
grandmother,
things. It was a
making the
gift.
decision about Joe and her home
And
life. She attended St.
I did
Teresa
have a lot of
College in
dead people I
Kansas
talked
City,
to in high
where she
school.
majored in education and
Did I
literature
tell
with
anybody?
a minor
No,
in
because it
theology.
was it was
During her
nobody's
senior year of
business but
college,
mine.
just as she made the decision to marry Joe Beam, another Joe would enter her life and sweep her off her feet. This time, a man named Joe Stankowski.
I did
And for
see
Sylvia,
war, I did
this was
see
her first true
earthquakes,
love.
I did see
She had never felt
natural
like this about anyone
disasters.
before.
But
Her encounter with
that's the
him
stuff
would
like I
come with a
thrive
warning
in.
from
Like I like
Francine.
that activity. I like that.
Tragedy, Sylvia. This is the beginning of the most difficult time of your life.
My birth wasn't
Francine's message went in
good.
one ear and out the other.
When I asked the ancestors
Sylvia
about my
was on
birth,
cloud
they told
Joe
me
Bean
that
never heard about it. Her relationship with Joe
we're with you
Stankowski
in
was
birth.
all
So
complete
I
and
was
passionate.
never alone.
She was happier
But
than
I
she'd
felt
ever
alone.
been.
But if I
But
throw
you know
away
the
that
saying,
I
it's
guess
too
it
good to
was
be
what they
true.
call ego, which I
Yeah, well,
really never. I
last
had.
year, 5 months into their
I just
relationship,
accept it. I
a
just
bomb
know,
dropped
like,
on Sylvia
I'm no
that
better than you.
flipped
I'm
her
no,
world
like,
upside down.
I
Joe
guess I was humble
Stankowski
because of
was a
those
married
classes,
man.
those special ed
He
classes.
had a wife and 2 kids
I just
back
know
home
that
in New Jersey.
I was just
It
humble.
was
I
hard
just
for
always stayed
Sylvia to
humble.
wrap her head around.
Listen
She
to the
didn't
elders.
believe it. Didn't
I'll
want
still
to
listen to the
either.
elders, even if they
And
believe
as
in
much
God or
as it
Jesus or
pained her,
whatever it was. I'll still
she knew
listen
what
to them
she had
because
to
there's a
do.
story for me to.
End the
There's something
relationship.
for me in there to listen
Francine's words
into.
echoed.
All right. Well, I'll see you on the
Tragedy,
side, and
this is the beginning
I'll
of the
see you on
most
the other
difficult
side. If
time
it's
of
me
your
or you
life.
first, you'll
Afterwards,
get your
the
answer.
heartbroken Sylvia did what she always did when things got tough in her life. She dug into her schoolwork.
For me,
She
I
took
can be
classes
free in
abnormal
my
psychology.
meditation form,
And
my
this
sleep
is when
form.
she began to fear
But when I
that she
come
had
back into
schizophrenia.
this life,
After all,
I am
she
stuck because I
heard
don't have my
voices and
kids.
saw
I don't have my
visions.
purpose with me. I don't have my
In
home with
Sylvia's
me.
mind, if
So
she
there's a
was
problem
mentally
there. Our
unwell,
ancestors didn't
there was
want this.
no
Like
way
something
she could work with
happened.
kids.
And I'm trying to figure this shit
Francine's
out.
family assured her that there was nothing wrong with her. She sought out
Justice
advice
will
from her
be
family
coming, will be
doctor,
served.
a
But in the
priest, and
meantime, there's
finally
children
a
that are dying
psychiatrist. All
because of these
returned with a
politicians,
clean bill
because
of
of this
health.
word of Jesus and God.
Dr. Rennick, Sylvia's psychiatrist, wrote on his diagnosis, normal but has paranormal abilities, question mark. In
Doctors.
September of 1956,
Don't you love
right
it when they
before
do that
Sylvia's
shit?
20th birthday, she began her teaching career at a small parochial
Now,
school in
I
Kansas
always thought
City.
it was so neat
She
to
was
like
the
help
only
out people that are in the
non-black
past
teacher there.
lives
She loved
that
her job. She was good
that
at
need
it.
to be
But
that
there
need
was still
help.
a void in
Like
her
I
life
always
that
thought
she
that
was
was
looking to fill.
so
Once again, Sylvia
coming
began
from the
advocating
heart.
the idea of becoming a
Teamwork.
nun.
This was 2 years ago. I had notes on the phone about Kumeyaay.
Franciscan order, officially
My
taking
voice,
the steps to become a
I had a
Catholic
lot of
nun,
notes.
a process that would take 6 months
Most
to
of them was
complete.
like copy and paste too.
In the meantime, Sylvia was to live her life as usual. The 6 months would give her time to truly decide if convent life was for her.
I'm trying to.
During this time, she casually dated and then met police
Oh,
officer
okay. Let's talk
Mary
about the
Dufresne
dog.
on a
Oh, my
double
mom.
date with
Okay,
her
this is
best friend
Brock.
Maggie.
This is Brock.
And while it
Stauffer.
definitely wasn't love at first sight, Gary was persistent. He went over Sylvia's parents.
He
and then
told
slowly
everybody a
won over
story that
Sylvia.
he was raped by
During a New Year's Eve
his
party, he
uncle.
proposed. The
Then
year
he had
was
like a big sob
1959.
story. But the
Sylvia
problem to
said
me
yes,
is that
and
he
they
lied
had
about
a
having
holiday party
diabetes.
for wedding.
He lied about
The door
that.
to becoming a nun was
To his
closed
to
as
the whole
Sylvia
to the
found
Tapia
herself
family.
becoming a wife
He
and
lied
having
about it, and he
children.
also lied about I think being
On
allergic
April
to
2nd,
bees.
1959, the couple were married at St. James
If you're
Church in
gonna
Kansas
lie
City
about
after
having a
having
severe
known each
like
other for 2
diabetes and
months.
like having
After the ceremony, Sylvia immediately
something like
felt
that, and then
regret.
drink
She accepted
heavily
her first wedding at age 16.
and not take care of your
She
body,
made
and
a
then
mistake.
like
Even
you
though
blow
Sylvia
up and you
received
blame it on
messages about other
diabetes.
people in their lives, she
I
never
don't know
received
what
messages about herself.
kind of type of
Married
diabetes
life was
that
difficult.
allows
But
you to
Sylvia
drink like
admitted
that
that Gary was out to change her.
and eat whatever you want, and
Instead of
then
feeling love
like
and acceptance,
I don't
she
know.
often felt criticized
That's not
by her
diabetes.
husband.
That's diabetes.
Yet nothing she
So
did
you're gonna
was
play
good
this
enough.
Mexican family
A month
because
into
you're
their
white, and
marriage,
then they're gonna listen to
Sylvia
you
said
because
he was
you're a white
abusive.
male.
From the outside looking in, Gary and Sylvia
And you're
appeared to be a
treating
happy
Dulce
couple
like
and a
shit.
successful marriage.
Now I understand why
Then,
you're
behind
treating like
closed
Dulce
doors,
like shit. Why
there was
Dulce was in your
disagreement
life
stemming
is because
from
of her
both
parents.
sides. Sylvia
Dulce
missed the
was
passion and
raised.
romance that she felt with Joe Stankowski.
Dulce
Gary, having secured a wife, immediately shut down. The couple struggled with intimacy and feeling
it's sad
close.
how Dulce
8
was
months
brought up
into
into
their
this
marriage,
world.
on December 9th, 1959, at 9:30 p.m., Sylvia became pregnant. She knew the exact moment the conception had taken place, and Francine confirmed it, telling Sylvia that she would have a son and
No.
he would grow to be 6'5". Sylvia was over the moon.
Oh.
This felt right to her. But Gary didn't share Sylvia's excitement. In fact, he was furious, refusing to
I'm not
speak to
gonna.
Sylvia for a week after she told him the news. He was concerned about the financial implications that having a child would bring. On August 19th, 1960, Paul John Dufresne was
No.
born, and on Gary's birthday, I might add. Oh,
Stuff like that.
irony. Sylvia received
That's
little
the.
support from her husband.
To me, that's
Baby
all
Paul
that
was
shit
born
coming
in
out.
August, and by September, she was back to work teaching.
How do you
It was a
treat
lot.
your
Sylvia
daughter
was
like
juggling
that? How do
her,
you
a
treat
baby,
your
house
sister like
duties,
that?
and she began experiencing postpartum depression.
Dulce
When
was a
Sylvia
product of
asked
witchcraft.
Francine, "Why do I have to
Dulce
go
was a
through all
product
this?"
of
Francine replied, "Unless you experience many things now,
of
you'll be unable to help others later."
what do you call it?
Paul offered an answer that was very comforting to Sylvia in the moment. It was like things went from bad
Attention.
to worse. When Paul was 5 months
It
old,
was just for
he caught a
attention.
staph infection that had been
It
spreading
wasn't
around their
for
city. Hospitals were
love,
full, and Sylvia could do
and
nothing
it
but
showed.
give Paul cold water baths
And
lots of fluid. The poor baby was delirious with a 105
when I
degree
saw
fever.
Dulce Quinceañera,
Rightfully
like
so, Sylvia
how
was
that
frantic.
whole process was
And
going,
once baby Paul was
a
admitted to
lot
the
of
hospital,
witchcraft was
he
going
went
on
straight to intensive care. It would
in
take
front
more
of
than
my
a week
face.
for him to be able to return home.
Mind
Paul's
you,
health
that
improving,
this whole family does not
Gary
know
told
that
Sylvia
I
to get
am
a
a
second
psychic
job.
medium
And
or that
while
I
their bank
study
account
witchcraft
grew,
on,
Sylvia's
you know,
happiness dwindled.
no
Gary
one
moved
knew.
their family of 3 into a
They
newly
just
built
knew
house of his choosing.
I
Sylvia
had some
said
kind
from
of
the moment
wisdom,
they
that
went
I
perspective
didn't,
for
that
the first time,
I
that
was blunt.
something was wrong. It didn't feel right, but
That if I didn't
it
like
had
you,
to
I just
off.
ignored you, or I just didn't go to your way. I just didn't go. I stayed quiet. Oh, what else? Yeah, the quinceañera, the birthday, um, the dancing, Delia, like the dancing part.
It didn't feel right,
They
but
needed a dancing
Gary
part,
brushed her off.
so
Not long after moving in,
I was
Sylvia
going to
collapsed
go,
in the
like I was
kitchen
going to
while
do it,
cooking
but then
dinner
I'm
one
like
evening.
something stopped
It
me.
was
Like
Gary who had found her
it was
lying
that
on the kitchen
Yolanda
floor
girl. Like
when he returned home
the
from work.
time The
What
Yolanda,
Sylvia thought was a cold that a little rest couldn't fix.
it was
Miranda told Lisa,
that
lying on the couch, violently
like, no, I'm not
nauseous.
gonna do it.
When
Like, I could
Sylvia
have done
did
it,
finally go to the
but I
doctor,
don't want to do it.
her
I
hair
don't
was
want
black,
to
her
make
feces were white,
a
and her eyes were yellow. She was
a
immediately
skit
admitted to
or
the
a dance
hospital and had
routine
5
for
different
them,
doctors examining
because
her.
I knew I wasn't going to get the
Sylvia was
respect, and I knew I was
diagnosed
going to
with
get the
acute
hate
hepatitis.
like Delia got.
Francine assured
And
her she wasn't going to die.
Delia
It was
didn't
too
do
much in
dancing
store
at
for
all.
her. Sylvia spent
She didn't know how
more
to
than
count
7 days in the hospital,
until
and
I
yet
said,
her
oh, you
husband
count like
refused to
this,
visit her, saying he
like
didn't
5,
like the way
6, 7,
hospitals
8.
smelled.
Like, since I knew that
It
part,
was during her hospital
pass it
stay
down.
that Sylvia
I
began
said
to gain
that.
a true
Then,
understanding of her life's
as soon as I
purpose.
said that,
She had learned about
she
a
got
patient
the whole
just
thing.
down
She
the
did it
hall
all
who
herself.
was having an operation
Delia
on her
did that
last
whole shit by
remaining
herself.
lung.
As soon as I,
The patient's name was
she was
Maureen,
lost a little bit
and
with
she
the,
wasn't much different from Sylvia, just a year older.
like, to
Her
me,
husband had left her and 4 kids. Maureen was
she
struggling
did
to
it,
get by. Sylvia knew
with
how the
those
operation
numbers.
would turn out before it was even over. She sat at Maureen's bed, holding
Then,
her hand and talking
Jeanette
for hours about
Montes,
life
Rick's
and the things that Francine
girlfriend at
had
the
shared with
time,
her over
was
the
madly
years.
jealous of her,
They
hated
talked
her.
about heaven and what
She
awaited
thinks
them
she's
on the
better
other
than everybody
side.
else, and this, and I'm like,
Sylvia told her, "You can believe
like,
me.
I was getting
Dying
it.
is
I
like
was
going
like,
home, only better.
what's going on? I didn't
Much
understand,
more
like,
wonderful
why
than
that hate
any
was,
home in this world could ever be."
because
It gave Maureen comfort.
her
Sylvia
Delia's
described it as
husband
almost
was, I
total
think,
peace.
Lolo,
And
their
for
Uncle
the
Lolo,
first time,
and
Sylvia
Uncle
was
Lolo
beyond
was
grateful for Francine.
godfather of Rick,
As nurses wheeled Maureen out of the room to take her to surgery, she squeezed
and
Sylvia's hand
Jeanette
and said, "When you get to the other
was
side,
jealous
I'll be there
of
to welcome you."
Dahlia, and
Eventually,
Dahlia
Sylvia
had
was
an
discharged from the
affair
hospital and
with
she returned
Felipe.
home. Things still
And
didn't
I
look right
found
in
that
the
out,
house.
like, when I was pregnant
Baby
with
Paul refused
Anthony,
to sleep in
how,
his
like, it
nursery,
was during, like,
and
a
their German
Christmas
Shepherd Thor refused to
thing
go
where
upstairs
they
on
were
his
on the
other.
phone, and Vettel
One
or
evening, as
some other
Sylvia
family
entered
member
her
picked
bedroom
up the
to
phone,
grab the
and they
TV
found out
guide,
that it was
she
Delia
noticed
and
that
Felipe
on
on
the
the other
wall,
line,
just above
talking
the
to each
dresser,
other.
were 3 mysterious
Um,
markings: a blue glowing star, a half
so then
moon,
I,
and
like,
another symbol that resembled a swastika.
that's how,
She'd never
like,
seen them before.
when
And
Felipe
even though
would
she
make
didn't
my
know what they
drink,
meant, she could feel they were dark and ominous.
that memory stuck up
It turns
on
out
me.
that her house
That not
flipped
memory, because I
directly on
wasn't
top of
there.
the
That
Meridian
memory
burial ground,
of me getting
and the
told
spirits
that
weren't able to
chisme.
penetrate the frame of being there.
So I knew to
When
watch,
Sylvia told
and Lauren
Mary about
Tapia
what
told
she
me to
learned
watch
when
out
they
for
weren't
Felipe.
meant to be there, he again brushed it
And
off.
I did.
As far as he was concerned, they were staying put.
It's kind of
Or
sickening
so
that
he thought.
if you don't find someone
A few days later,
attractive, or if they
tornado
know
came
you're
through the area,
married,
hitting
or
right
if you
in
say
their
no,
house.
or who gives them the
Fortunately,
right to
was
do
minding.
shit like that to you? It just doesn't, like,
Gary still
I don't
did
know,
not
it
leave.
just,
A few days after the tornado,
it's gross.
Gary
In
was
the
suspended from
family,
the police
just
force.
don't.
He found work as an insurance adjuster,
So it
but
seems like
soon
when
realized
that
he wasn't a
happened,
good
when
fit
I
for the
found that
job.
out, it seemed like everyone
Then
forgot
their
about
house
it.
caught fire
Everyone
with
just pushed it
seemingly
under the rug
unidentifiable cause.
and didn't want to talk about it.
Just as with the tornado, there was minor damage, and thankfully, no one was hurt.
And what
It
Jeanette
wasn't
did,
until
I
the dog
think
Ford
Jeanette,
was thrown through the screen door by
to me,
invisible
I didn't
forces
take it
that
at the time.
Gary
I
picked up
took
the
it
phone
as,
and made some
that's
calls.
here's, it's just
An
drama.
old
It's just
friend out
people
in
trying to
Sunnyvale,
start shit because they didn't
California,
like her.
promised
Even if
Gary
it's
he
true,
would get him a job at the Sunnyvale Police Department.
it's
And
still something
that was
that
that.
it wasn't
6 weeks
her
later,
to
they sold
judge
their house and shipped
and be a
on to
bitch to her.
Sunnyvale.
It just
It
wasn't.
was
It
bye-bye
didn't
to
happen to
Surrey
you.
and
Why are
hello
you
to
mad at that
California.
situation? Get the fuck. That will happen a
It
long
was
time ago.
supposed to be a fresh
And
start
when
for
she
their
found this
family.
out,
It was anything but.
Jeanette was just,
Gary wasn't able to get a job on the Sunnyvale
I can't
Police
stand
Force.
her. Like,
And
whatever she
for a
did, it
while,
was
Sylvia supported the family
over.
financially by teaching at
So,
St. Albert Gray Elementary School in
Jeanette
Palo
did some
Alto.
kind of voodoo shit
Eventually, she enrolled in the English
that
literature
interfered
master's
with
program
me.
at San Francisco University. She loved it, and she became close to her creative writing professor, Bob Williams. This was the first person in California that she had confided in about her psychic abilities.
They went to witches.
At this point
They
in
went to
Sylvia's
warlocks.
life, she
They
wasn't
got my
over
cards
readings.
read.
In fact,
The
throughout
family
her
did.
late teens and 20s, she really wasn't
Berenice
in tune and connected
and
with
Diana,
Francine much at all. Up
they
until this
used
point, it was more
sex
of a
magic to
small
get
periods of her life were spent
their
communicating with her
husbands.
spirit guides
just like what Jeanette did. And my dad brings up Jeanette as a zombie-like because she was, I believe she was dead. She had a car accident. She had she woke up in a coma, or she was in the hospital, and she has a scar on her face. Thinking drink and driving that had happened. She did not take. She had a second chance, and she did not take it. What happened is what with Lauren. Lauren had a couple of near death life experiences, and what that does to you, it triggers you into like. It does not go hand in hand with PTSD or childhood trauma. When you have a near death life experience, those whole other things come into play. You are now like, you gotta heal for life. You should be like, you should be alone and to understand your emotions if you really want to truly heal, because you are if you're gonna use witchcraft and go to these mediums or psychics or tarot readers, and you're dealing with all this, you are the problem. You are the source. You are that black hole that you're bitching about. You're only eating yourself up, and you're trying to drag everybody else down with you. Like dark entities, and Sylvia Brown talks about dark entities, and that is a dark entity, like Gloria Escamilla or Serta. She's a dark entity. Jeanette Montes is a dark entity. Michelle Castro is a dark entity. Michelle Cormany is a dark entity. My mother. Lauren Tapia is a dark entity. Donald Trump is a dark entity. The Pope is a dark entity. And they get you, like the Freemasons, the Illuminati. Those people that are doing that, they seek nothing but the dark. They don't see the light. They don't see that magic, that power, that other source that's here. You're dead. There's going to be another place where you can, okay, like moving things around. Your ancestors are going to help you team up and move things around. Like for instance, okay, pick up this. Well, I can pick it up, but you're not really picking it up. You're asking your spirit team to pick it up for you. How strong is your mind for your spirit guide to do that, to work as a team, as one, to do that?
In her eyes, there was no point in continuing the marriage. For years, Sylvia had endured abuse at the hands of her husband.
That is something I like to do, would like to channel or harness myself to do, but I can only do it in a different way. I can't. I gotta move on. I can't get stuck onto one thing. Like the lawyers and stuff, I could have been a good lawyer. I could have been whatever the fuck I wanted to be, and I could be really good at it. I know I could beat the court system. It's just gonna take a while. In the process, I can't be with my kids. I can't be with you boys. I don't want this. So I want my kids. I want my kids. I can't get my kids. I can't get this time back. I can't get my memories back. I can't get the lost time. All I can do is go back into my to pictures like this, where I'm with my kids having fun, building a fort in a room, cardboard fort.
They weren't wasting any time. On January 4th, 1972,
trying to make memories with my boys. Something that my ancestors wanted me to do.
Their marriage was entirely different.
This was January 2nd, 2016. This is because of the dog, Sammy. My mom set up to have him killed. Like, she was irresponsible. She left everything open, knowing that, like fireworks, dogs are gonna get scared of New Year's. You put them in. She was not responsible for that. She wanted something to happen. She wanted the attention. She got it for a little bit, and then think she knew. I don't know.
Sylvia took out an ad in the classified section
Well,
of
what
the
a
local
sad
newspaper. It
day.
read,
What a
"Husband
day.
and wife offering
What a
classes in
day
psychic
saying goodbye
development."
to a dog that pissed on
22 people
almost
showed up for
everything.
the
I had a
first
feeling
class,
complete
which was held
heartbroken
at Sylvia and
for
Dale's
him.
townhouse
Cried
in
for a
San
good
Jose.
minute last night, but by
From there,
morning handing him
things
over
moved
to be
quickly.
cremated was hard.
Soon, there
Giving
were
one
more than
last
30 people
goodbye.
signing up to attend
Giving
their
one last kiss
classes.
goodbye.
At
To
this rate, you were
telling
going
my
to be
mom
first
he was
base.
gone, trying to
Sylvia and Dale
get
came
my
up with
mind
enough
off
money
of
to rent
watching
a
this
small
documentary is
storefront
something
space
else.
at
Like I
249
told my
East
sister,
Campbell
can we
Avenue
just get a
in
redo,
Naples,
a New Year's
And even though Sylvia
start
wanted
New
to
Year's
focus
over
on
again?
psychic research,
Something
he
where
believed to have private
somewhere
readings
in the
done with her.
sadness
At
needs
that
to
time,
be
Sylvia
laughter.
charged
I butchered
$7.50
that
for a
really bad.
reading. By the second week, Sylvia had read for 30
2016
clients.
was hard for
She
me,
felt that
like
the biggest thing that
right
set
there,
her
because my
apart from
mom.
other psychics was, for lack of a better term, her bedside
New
manner.
Year's Day or New
She was
Year's Eve,
compassionate and
dog's
empathetic with her
gone.
clients,
Can't find
having gone through a
Sammy.
lot
He's
in life
gone. This and
herself,
that.
like parents with a troubled marriage,
So I took
the
it
loss
upon
of a
myself to
grandmother,
me and my sister.
then uncle, the
My
end of a
sister gave me
marriage,
pictures.
and
I posted.
she wasn't just rattling off cold hard facts to her
She looked
clients and then
around.
sending them
I looked
packing.
around.
She was
I
genuinely
got some
sympathetic with the information
feedback
she relayed to
from
them.
people I
She
used to
gave
know
them
saying that they
advice
saw
on things they
him.
could do with the
Then
information
out of
they'd received.
nowhere, Joey
Sylvia also
says
cautioned her
that he's gonna
clients to
stop
steer
by
clear of psychics
because they're gonna
who
go
went
with
for profit
Lauren.
and
Lauren
created
and
a
Joey are gonna go
relationship.
somewhere. So he
Any psychic
comes by, but
recommended readings once a
he takes a
day,
different
once a week,
route.
or even
So
once a
Joey
month.
Savoy.
She avoided it all
So Joey
costs.
Savoy is the one that
Sylvia
found
said,
Sammy
"I've always adhered
in
to
a
the
gutter
idea that if I do my job
or
properly,
like in the
one reading
middle of the
every
street, like
5
gutter
years at most should give my
on
clients
Westminster
all the guidance they need."
and Newland.
Things at Nirvana were going well.
And
So well, in fact, that within a month, she
I
knew she
can't
was going
believe
to
he
need
found
more
it. It was
space.
dark. It was
And
nighttime.
she needed help. She brought her father
It was
Bill on
him.
as her
Like,
office
holy
manager.
shit. I
Soon
never
after, she hired
thought
2 more
we'd get to
employees.
see him again or
Larry
have a
Beck and
body of
Lori
him.
Halstead.
And just the
In
knowing
the
the fact
spring,
that we
right
had a
after the Nirvana
body,
Foundation
it was
Sylvia would host her first
I got my
open trans
closure.
small group.
I hated that
Francine
dog,
would
and
use
I had
Sylvia
to
as a vessel and talk through her.
ask for
This
forgiveness
was
for
different from
him.
the
I had to
second
ask
reading, where
forgiveness.
Sylvia was still in the driver's seat, per se.
So I
The
did
group
this
asked
for him.
Francine any
Hold your
questions they
breath,
wanted.
make a wish,
It was
count
more
to
focused
3.
on life
I hear my
after
dad
versus
yelling at my
asking
mom.
personal
It's kind of a
questions.
bittersweet moment, really,
Attendants
hearing him
wanted to know
again,
what life was
hearing
like in
nothing
heaven
has changed.
and when our
Happy that we
souls
found
live for
him,
all
and
eternity.
he looks pretty
During
good.
trance,
We have that
Sylvia
peace that
had
we
habits.
needed to
In
move
fact,
on,
she never
and
wanted
not
to
like
miss anything
anyone
about
can
what
get
took
that
place
peace
during
that they
them.
needed.
It was said that when Francine was
It's not
speaking
like
to her,
people,
you could tell.
it's not like
It was
everyone
as if
can get that
Sylvia's
peace
features
that they need.
changed.
So
Her
it's
face
a place
broadened
that
and her
I am
eyes
at now,
really
feeling
were
relief,
lit.
making him feel warm and
Francine
petting him
explained
because
that
I
she
know
gets her
how
information
hard it
from
was to
3
let him go.
sources: the Akashic Records, individual spirit guides,
It was
and
hard
Jesus himself.
letting,
Think of the Akashic Records as basically a
all he
library of
wanted was to go
information that
home.
contains the details and
He was
blueprint
trying to
of
find
your
his way
soul
home.
and its journey. Everything that happens to you, whether it be in the
To him, it was
past,
just a
present, or
dream. It
future,
was
is stored
he was
there.
just looking
I've heard
for
it
my
described like a
mom,
Google search for your
a
soul.
place to hold him.
Now, because we all have spirit guides or
That last
guardian
memory that
angels,
he gave
if
me,
you were to ask Francine a question, she'd be able to consult with your spirit guide and get detailed personal
like
information
Lawrence
about you
Tapia,
that she could then give to you. Word about Sylvia and her psychic abilities spread to San
knowing
Francisco,
like
where
Bruce.
she began appearing regularly
Oh
on a
man,
show
I
called
wanted that dog.
People
I
Are
love
Talking.
that dog. I miss that dog. My first dog, like, that was my baby. Bruce. I didn't think my dad was gonna die like that within that time frame of me having a dog. He was my other baby. And I thought my Aunt Renee was going to help me out with taking care of a dog because she lost her dog, Bear.
And I've had a couple of dreams about him,
And
I felt that he's been around trying to give me some sort of message to give
my
to
Uncle
this father,
Mark.
and I was wondering if
My
he
Uncle
is
Mark
around or
was,
if he's gone on.
Wasn't this a fairly,
and Scott, or no, not Scott,
wasn't this a
Steve
trauma, to the chest and head?
and Gil that were over there. Those men
Yeah,
were so
sort of a
horrible
mental
to
phase.
Bruce.
And
I'm like, my baby, I wanted him back so much, and he changed. My Bruce changed. My baby changed. And
You have to relay this to the. I don't know what this means.
Lauren Tapia could have helped me out with him. And when I'm trying to get him back, he snapped. Hoser, Jose, Lauren Tapia, your uncle, Lauren Tapia's brother, Jose Tapia, your uncle, got mad because I brought the dog back to get like in that, because we didn't have a place to live. We were living in the backyard in the shed, and Hoser didn't like me. He definitely didn't like the big dog. Even though the dog wasn't staying, it was just for a little bit so I can get the shots and get him fixed. So when we get out of that fucking backyard, I can have my dog back. But in the meantime, he needs to be seen by a vet. And he was scared. He was in a different place. Things are new. It's not the same anymore. And my son, like, he was arguing with Lauren. They were arguing. Jose and Lauren were arguing about the dog and me. And the dog was right there by Lauren. And then my son, Colin, comes up behind Bruce and didn't snap, but like he barked, like it scared him. You see, it scared him. And all of a sudden Jose goes, see, he snapped at your son. You're gonna let that vicious dog do this and that. And I'm like, what the fuck? I went off on Jose. Like, Bruce is like, my dog was right there, and they're arguing, they're yelling. Bruce is in the middle of that. He doesn't need to be there. And here I am coming, and I'm on my way, and as I'm on my way, I'm watching this whole shit fucking unfold. Then once he did that shit, I went off on him. I go, what the fuck? Who are you? Like, it's my fucking, like, it's not even fucking for a long time. And this ain't your fucking house. This is fucking your mom's house. We asked your mom, not you, for permission. We didn't have to give you permission. It's your fucking mom. We already did this. We don't need to ask for you. And he's like, you're a bitch. And I told Lauren, like, are you gonna let him call me a bitch? And he's like, and Lauren Tapia goes, I didn't hear him. So I said, all right. Go to a hotel and take my kids. Meanwhile, I'm pregnant with Desi. I am 7 months pregnant with Desi. Had to leave.
Francine explained that prior to coming into his life, the person purposely left that area of their life blueprint open.
Then 2 days later, your grandma tells me, I'm so sorry, but yeah, it's my house, but he's on the lease, and there's a misunderstanding. I should have told my son first that the dog was staying. I'm like, all right, but you knew, like, we're paying rent too. We're paying something. We're not just living there for fucking free. And if this is a case, I don't. Meanwhile, my mom is there with us. My mom is living there with us too, in the backyard, in the shed, because where in the fuck would she go? I don't know. I should have just.
When Sylvia showed up at his office, the scene began to unfold in front of her eyes. She could see a simple, small chapel.
That family never liked me, and they knew they didn't like my mom. And I didn't like my mom. They knew I didn't like my mom.
She saw several monks in brown robes kneeling in prayer and walking about the church. Even though Sylvia
we were only there in the shed for at least 6 months, 7 months maybe. Because I could not stay there. We're looking for an apartment. We're saving up for an apartment, and we did.
This is around the time that Sylvia began performing exorcisms, but
meanwhile, when I'm pregnant with you, Desi, I'm having this spiritual awakening stuff with cobwebs and nightmares, and not really nightmares, it was just a vision of what's to come. So,
to her.
the
Shaking a white
pregnant
candle, some
myself,
salt and holy water.
Desi was pregnant
That night,
with you
using
when
a
I was
white
having a
candle to
lot
light
of
her
the
way,
spiritual
all
stuff
she'd have to
happening
do
with a lot
is
of
place
witchcraft.
salt around the
So
house
you
and
were
seal
born
each
with
door and
the
window with
cord
holy
wrapped around
water.
your neck and the C-section.
Hauntings became something that
Um,
Sylvia really enjoyed. She wanted to seek out true haunted
that
places and document
it
them.
was just a weird
And
birth.
she didn't have to
I
go too
just can't
far.
explain it.
The Winchester
And
Mansion in San
it's
Jose
funny
and
because
the
like
third story
Tesla came with
behind
a
it
weird
was
birth.
right up Sylvia's alley.
Da Vinci.
Legend has it
They
that
say
Sarah
like
Winchester,
birth
the heiress
was
of the
very
Winchester
spiritual. Even
repeating
Anthony's
rifle,
birth was
was informed
very
by a medium in
um
Boston that the spirit of all those who had been killed by
it was
Winchester
honoring. It was
rifles
very
had
spiritual
placed a
with
curse on
Anthony's
her.
birth. And
The
Desi, you're
medium
no
instructed
different.
Sarah to move
Colin
west and build a house
was
for the
just
spirits. As long as she kept
easy.
building, she'd have peace
Easy
with
birth.
spirits and keep her life.
I
Sarah
welcomed
took
it.
the
I
medium's
wanted it.
words seriously.
It happened so
In
fast with
1884,
Colin's
she purchased
birth.
a farmhouse in San
Um,
Jose that would later transform into the Winchester Mansion. She hired
um,
carpenters to work around the clock, transforming the
with
farmhouse
Colin,
into a
you
7-story, 24,000 square
you were
foot
born
mansion.
normal, and then all of a sudden they
Its
gave you like a
purpose?
blanket, and you
The
broke out in
rooms would
hives
shelter
in
good
there.
spirits,
Like you
and
broke
the sound
out
of
as soon as we were
hammers would
about
drive away bad
like
spirits.
within the
By the turn of
day,
the
the next
century,
day, like
Sarah
you broke out in
Winchester had
hives,
her
like
ghost
red
house,
spots,
an oddly laid out
and
mansion with 7 stories,
kind of
160
scared me a
rooms,
little bit. Like
47
we were leaving and
fireplaces,
you're having spots,
10,000
but the
feet of
moment we
glass,
left the
2
hospital and I
basements,
took off that
6
blanket,
kitchens,
those
and 3
spots were all
elevators.
gone, and you never had
The
them.
mansion became the
But you
world's
did develop
largest honest dwelling. After Sarah's death, it became a
eczema.
museum and was declared
Like
a
3 months
California
later,
historical
you had
landmark.
a really bad eczema
Over
on
the
your
years,
cheeks.
visitors to the mansion have reported seeing apparitions, hearing voices, feeling cold spots, and more.
So that was like
I've actually done a deep dive on the
something for
Winchester
me
Mansion.
to realize, okay,
If
what
you're
is
interested
that
in checking it
type,
out,
and how
I'll
do
link
I
the description box for you.
heal you
The
from that,
Winchester
from the
Mansion
inside
couldn't be a more
out, because
perfect
whatever you
place
do in the
for
inside
Sylvia to
can
explore
cause
as a
the
psychic
outside
investigator.
to
And she did so on a
come
number of
out,
occasions with
like
owners'
flare out.
permission. On her first overnight trip, they let Sylvia,
When
her
I was
husband
pregnant with
Val,
all you
a
boys, I was in a
photographer, a
traumatic
researcher,
state. I was
and a
in
writer spent one night in the mansion.
survival mode
Sylvia
the
set up
whole
base in
time.
Sarah Winchester Sands
But I was
room.
I
The
was
crew brought a
educating
team of
myself. I was
12
very
film
heavily
audio
protected,
cassettes,
walking
6
with
cameras, average
the
film, and a
ancestors
metal
on
detector.
how to
That
protect you
night, all
boys.
5 of them felt cold
The numbers
spots,
were always
saw
there.
lights moving on their own,
So
and witnessed 2 red
I'm just
eyes in
connecting the
Sarah Winchester's
dots.
bedroom. Sylvia
Oh,
appeared
so I
on
told
plane
Matt
on and
Craby
off throughout
off,
the night
talking
and saw
shit about me
various
and my
spirits
friends
that
and
still
saying
walked
shit.
over
I'm
the
sorry,
house,
but this shit has to
including
stop.
2
Matt
caretakers
Craby, this
who
was
didn't like them being
2011.
there.
It's
None
funny
of
that
them
your
could shake
dad
the
popped
feeling
up
of
in my
being
memory,
watched.
or whoever he shot and
According to
killed
Sylvia,
because he thought it was
Sarah
a cell phone.
Winchester's spirit was not in the mansion. It had crossed over to the other side and
That
finally found peace.
Yeah, that's a
But the
murder.
caretakers worried Sylvia.
The gang
Maria,
unit.
the woman, was Spanish-looking and
Your dad wasn't a very
nervously
good
wrung
cop
her apron.
then. He
The
was
man
trigger
next to her
happy,
was wearing overalls and
just
had
like
a
how
red
you are.
handkerchief tied around his neck. With them was a large black
Um,
Labrador. Try as Sylvia might,
so that's
she couldn't
karma.
even
Whatever
help
your
but cross
dad
over
did
to the other
in
side.
law
She
enforcement,
even returned on several
you
occasions to
have
speak
really
with them,
horrible
but they
negative
wouldn't budge. They
entities on
insisted
you.
on watching over the house in death,
So
just as they had done in life. I do want to note that the caretakers
it's only
were
a matter of
referred to
time.
as Susan and Emile.
Captain's log 1/2/2021. Somewhere
Sylvia
in the
also got
world,
to
I
explore
seem to be
Alcatraz.
surrounded by assholes.
Long before
But
it was
it's
built in
okay. I'm having the time
1924,
of my life
the
here.
island of Alcatraz
Be
was
careful
known by the
because
Miwok
these
Indians
assholes are
as a
sometimes
refuge for evil
in the
spirits.
closet. It's not
You
hard
can imagine
to
that
believe
building a
these
prison
children
on the
are in
island
desperate
was
need of
a
help.
recipe for
Clean up
disaster.
after yourself. The children are
Alcatraz
watching
is
you.
said to
We
have
are
been one of
adults.
the
We
most
should
significant
act like
prisons in the United States.
with honor and pride.
And even though
Best
it
day
closed in
ever. Love you, boys.
1963,
I'm
its
Joy.
legend still lives on.
This is when we're in
In September of
Irvine.
1984,
And then,
Rex
like, in
Norman,
Irvine,
a
there's,
ranger
like,
on the island, began hearing the
dead
doors of the cell
plants
block C
and
opening
fake dead
and
plants
closing.
in
When they couldn't pinpoint any reason for this
the
happening,
lobby.
Sylvia was
And we would
contacted.
always walk,
On
so I thought it
September
was funny,
10th,
you know.
Sylvia, along with the crew from CBS,
They had
began their
fake and live
investigation.
plants in there.
As they toured the prison, Sylvia
Dead
felt an
plants.
intense amount of sad
We would always
energy
walk,
in what could have been the prison hospital, the therapy room, certain jail cells, and most
Irvine got
importantly,
me
the prison
prepared
laundry room.
to live
The
in
spirit
Los
of an inmate
Alamitos right
resided
now
there.
because Los Alamitos
He
is
was
very
tall,
like heavy
bald,
and
had
dark.
small, beady eyes, and
And
unbelievable
Irvine was just like a
butcher.
free of space
Before
that's
being
getting
sent to
closed in.
Alcatraz, he
We'd always walk in the canals,
that was
like
active until
the riverbed.
1941, called
That was
murder
really
in
neat
Brooklyn.
because we didn't need a car. We just walked everywhere in Irvine, and we had the pathway.
Later in the evening, Sylvia held a seance to see if she could speak to the former prisoner and get him to cross over.
Looking
Sylvia
at
went into a
nature
trance, allowing
scenery
Francine
and my
to speak through
plum
her.
um,
Francine told Butcher
seed.
he didn't have to be scared and extended an invitation to return to
Kirby.
the other side with her, saying, "When I
Let's see.
leave this mortal vehicle, I will return to the other side. Come with me and follow me into the light. You'll be much happier there." But the former inmate wasn't buying it. To him, it was safer to stay in the old prison
I
rather
thought
than
it was
risk
fun
an
doing
eternal
like
fate in
family
hell.
walking outings.
The 80s were an exciting and busy time in Sylvia's
Like after we
life.
eat dinner, we'd
The
walk. We
Nirvana
would go
Foundation
walk
was
to
thriving.
eat dinner.
She was doing readings, making
Um,
house calls, and performing blessings.
just scenery, nature
She also
walk.
started working with the medical community.
And that was
Sylvia
3
had
years
been
ago.
at Altamira Hospital in Mountain
Um,
View to undergo a minor operation when,
let's
out of the
see.
blue,
Oh,
she informed her
I remember I
anesthesiologist
took the
that
bus
his wife
to
went
and
into a
from
car
school,
accident.
and one year
It wouldn't
I
be
was
fatal,
left
but her car
on the
would
bus.
sustain
The bus
significant
driver
damage.
forgot I was on the bus.
message
I
went
remember
in
that
one
shit.
ear
It
and
was
out the
crazy
other.
waking up.
And to be honest,
I did take a
the
bus a lot,
anesthesiologist,
and I did
I'm
fall
sure
asleep.
they hear
I was
a
really
number of
tired,
odd and
and I
bizarre
fell asleep on the
things
bus
as
because
their
it was just
patients are
relaxing
being sedated.
sometimes.
But a few hours later, as Sylvia was regaining
Like the
consciousness,
noise just put me
the
to sleep,
anesthesiologist was
and it was
sitting at her
warm, and I
bedside.
fell asleep.
His wife had
And
had
I
been in a
woke
car
up,
accident
and
and crashed into a phone
the bus driver
From
like
that
was
point on, Sylvia
like trying to
regularly
wake me
read
up,
for around half of the staff at
and she's like,
Altamira
"When were you
Hospital.
supposed to get off? And
Some of the
why didn't
doctors
you get
even
off?"
sending their
And
patients
I'm
to her.
like,
You see, Sylvia
I was
could pinpoint
asleep.
illnesses and
Like I was
specific problems,
scared.
as
Woke
well as
everything
isolate
with
the
everybody
wounds
was
in her clients'
gone.
bodies that she had checked out. Instead of the
I
doctor
just
having another series of
it was
tests run on his
weird.
patient, resulting in more time and money being spent, in theory, a psychic could help
That
her
was just a
hone in
split
on the issue
moment
at
for me. It was
hand.
just like, oh crap.
Ever since Sylvia was a child, she's
I have
had
to
a
be
psychic
careful where,
sensitivity to health
like,
issues.
no
She
one's
was
gonna
one of
wake you up.
people
No
that
one's
something wrong
gonna
with her
remember
livers,
you.
gallbladders,
I don't
and
know.
scorpions before she even knew what those things were. At one point, Sylvia had a two-way
Yeah,
referral
people of
service with
Walmart,
about
God help
150
us all. And
doctors and psychologists throughout the country.
that was 3 years ago.
While
And then
doing
now,
a
and then
reading
I
with a
worked at
client,
Walmart.
if she sensed a specific
I got a
health
taste of
problem,
what everyone
she
else
would
was
instantly
doing.
recommend a specialist. In 1988, a middle-aged woman walked into Sylvia's reading room. Sylvia took one look at her and told her she needed to see a
And that was a
urologist
full circle for me
immediately.
working at Walmart because of
And it had
Sam
nothing
and
to do with
Nancy.
how the woman looked.
Like,
In fact, the woman was shocked at the suggestion of even going to the hospital.
Highway
But Sylvia was
39.
persistent. She literally told the woman,
When my
"Why
dad
sit
told
down?"
me that
Instead,
Sears
she
was
called
lying,
Dr.
they
Alvin
made a lot of
Rucker
money
at
off these
Mountain View,
people.
who agreed to see
Sad.
her client immediately.
Too bad Ford and
A few
Edison
hours
is still
later,
going
Dr. Rucker
strong.
called Sylvia back to let her know that her client was seriously sick. Had she not gone to the hospital, the consequences would
Now
have been
Ford
dire.
comes up because his son died.
A fraction of a raindrop.
Oh, my grandma died of cancer, so I'm pretty sure
At up to 100
they
times more
keeps
potent than morphine.
keeps telling me
Cardiac
cancer.
fentanyl,
So
takes to cause an overdose.
my grandma died at
Fentanyl can be
48
mixed in
of
heroin,
stomach
cocaine,
cancer, but I'm
pills,
pretty
meth,
sure
and other drugs.
it's
It could be in your drugs.
ovarian
You
cancer.
wouldn't be able to see it, taste it, or smell it.
Learn more at go.cdph.ca.gov/.
But
Sponsored by the California Department of Public Health.
my grandma also told me that
Sylvia helped clients with a range
that
of health
Native
concerns.
Americans and
Some had
Mexicans,
too much
they
iron in
would
their
do
blood and
experiments
didn't know it.
on the
Others
reason why
were
I have
convinced
like
about life and unable
some
to
problems
conceive, while
um
another